Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to talk about Second Wind. Now, you guys know the whole drama that's been happening with Second Wind. If you don't know, let me catch you up on it really quick. Obviously, there's been 2 employees that have quit Second Wind recently, and they quit at the same time. I don't remember the name of the other one, but I remember Frost of Rivia because he has been exposing Nick Calandra and Second Wind Group for at least a little over a week now. It's been absolutely insane, some of the stuff he's been coming out with. You guys know his letter of resignation was massive on Twitter. It went semi-viral-ish. A lot of people had eyes on it, and it made Nick Calandra look bad. So we need to get F's in the chat for Nick Calandra. But it's gotten worse, and I think it's going to continue to get worse. So let's talk about it. So we got a post here from Frost of Rivia. Okay, and it's a 4-picture post, so it's going to be a lot of reading. But just let's get through it so that we can talk about what he says. All right. So it says, small update. My intentions and actions are no different than what Nick Calandra and I worked on prior to my resignation. Finding facts, informing people, and rooting out bad actors in the industry. These notes should be read before watching the clip provided at the bottom. Good. I hope that all the Kotaku urinalists that are watching my stream right now especially pay attention to this part, because Frost of Rivia, I don't know if he's a leftist, right-wing, center, or whatever. I don't care. He seems to have a good head on his shoulders because he wants to be about the gamers, and he wants to get the bad actors out. But let's continue. On August 3rd, Nick Calandra and I were in a video call. The meeting was to come to a resolution and was to put together and moderated by a mutually trusted Second Wind member I will refer to as moderator to maintain their anonymity for now. The goal was to reach some sort of resolution. Both of them were aware that I was recording. Now, isn't that a little weird? That's a little bit strange. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, recording your final conversation with your bosses, but you're also hoping to come to a resolution. The whole recording thing is just kind of strange. I don't know. It's weird. Things are so different in the corporate level now compared to when I was in corporate level so many years ago. It's just a little strange. Anyway, we ran short on time and agreed to continue at a later date. I fact-checked Nick in the interim and found lies throughout. It was a waste of time if Nick refused to be 100% honest with moderator and me. When I brought this up to moderator, I was told Nick had already backed out of finishing the meeting, which, again, not too shocking considering how it was going for Nick Calandra. The video I am making is to explain each and every word of my resignation, provide a timeline, and supporting evidence. Since my resignation, the project has grown considerably. Nick's old co-workers from various outlets over the past 6 years have reached out to me with grievances that echo the ones in my resignation. I've been working nonstop to make sure that every allegation is legitimate. Bro, they are about to nuke. Bro, they are about to nuke Nick Calandra off of the face of this earth. This man is summoning the fucking Avengers, bro. He is summoning the Avengers to get rid of Nick Calandra. This is going to be insane. Then he says that now I believe Nick Calandra should be removed from Second Wind Group, as well as the video game industry at large. Oh, shit. He's shown a consistent pattern of behavior, which is true, and goes against everything we were supposed to stand for. And honestly, this could be applied to literally almost everybody in the gaming industry. Almost everybody in the gaming industry, this could be applied to, right? So look what he says. He says they're supposed to be standing for consumers, developers, games media, and workers, right? But the problem is developers and games media, or not really the general workers, because I feel like they're not really applicable here. Developers and games media have been corrupted extensively. They've been corrupted extensively to the point where they are inherently against everything that you're saying right now. They are not for the consumer. You are trying to be for the consumer, but the mainstream gaming industry is not. It is obviously proven, because just look how they act, right? Look at how Kotaku's acting. Look at how all the shills who shill for the mainstream industry act, right? Look at Mighty Cuck. Look at fucking Khalif Adams. Look at whatever his other friend's name is, Montel Willis. Look at how they act. And you know that they all are inherently against it. I don't have to say shit. You don't have to believe me. Don't believe me. I'm gonna tell you right now, don't believe me. Go out there on Twitter and just go look at how they act. Go look at how they talk and go look at what they say. You will make up your own mind from there. I don't have to do it for you. Then it says, while the problems in Second Wind Group run deep, it seems it never stood a chance so long as it continued to give this man the benefit of the doubt. That is backed up by my own experience and evidence, as well as those of Nick's former coworkers and bosses, some of which Nick accidentally revealed during the call. Ooh, that's rough. More continues to appear, and finishing the video would take as long as it needs to be made. My estimate was to have it by at least this Thursday, but that stands to be seen. I am still at work, but I have to slow it down a little to see it through. The purpose of this is once again to remain transparent where necessary and keep the community informed. It was not my intention, nor did I anticipate taking this long. Moderator is, now here's the weird thing about this part right here. Moderator. So the person he keeps saying is moderator, right? This person called moderator, I really feel like he's referencing the co-founder of Second Wind, because there's two founding people to Second Wind. Nick Calandra is one of them. And I'll show you exactly why. Watch this. Moderator is aware that I believe the systemic issues in Second Wind Group run too deep for them to be fixed unless moderator steps up and takes charge of the situation for everyone's sake. So that's why I think this is somebody who's a co-founder, because who else is going to have equal power to overtake Nick Calandra and take the company back? Who else is going to have that power? I feel like nobody else is going to necessarily have that power. I see you, T-Jab. I see the tier 2. No worries. I'll do it once we're done with this segment. I don't see how anybody else would have that power to do it. Obviously, I could be wrong, but I really do genuinely believe it's the other co-founder. But anyway, that's not proven. That's just my opinion. We'll find out, I guess, in time. I still believe the group can be fixed, but not with those systems and not with Nick Calandra. Moderator is also aware I will not return to Second Wind, but I would create new systems, lay out a content strategy, and continue as co-chair in streams if the team desired. I hold no ill will towards the rest of them. I'd also like this to be a wellness check from me, and thank you to those of you reaching out with support. Despite it all, I'm in good spirits, just a little sleep deprived. I know all of this appeared heated and irrational, but it's a decision I took with a clear head and plenty of deliberation. Those who are asking for a way to support me financially, I appreciate you, and we'll think on it once I come to terms with what I want to do after this is said and done. The video is my top priority at the moment. We are about to get a Mr. Beast fraud type video, but on Nick Calandra. You guys realize that? It's about to be like a fucking crazy roast, bro. I can only imagine. Hold on, here we go. Now we got page 2. This is page 2. We got 2 more pages after this. So it says, I'd also like to extend an invitation for Second Wind's leads to be transparent. From internal sources, I know they are waiting for my video to release first so they can figure out how to respond. Bro, they already know the nuke is coming. They know the nuke is coming, and it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. They're gonna try to disparage Frost of Rivia as much as they can. They're gonna see what he mentions in the video first, and then they're gonna go balls to the wall after that. This is gonna be a bloodbath. This is friendly fire right now. Friendly fire to the max. They don't have to wait to take action, but personally, I would take any message with a grain of salt, unless it comes directly from moderator or is backed by moderator. This has to be the co-founder. For the time being, I have attached a clip of Nick Calandra saying he does not think the self-appointed HR is fit for the role and that Second Wind is clashing internally. This is proof of the moderated call. I believe it also speaks to my credibility and brings to question what's been presented as public statements from Second Wind. From my experience, the HR has a habit of speaking from an ideological perspective. Anybody shocked about that? Anybody shocked about the fact that their HR department is probably led by an ideological psychopath? I mean, most of these gaming, shill fucking sites, most of them are like that. Rather than reality. So while I don't think they're malicious, I do think they're part of the reason things couldn't be fixed and tried to make it known to the team well before I left. But if they won't be transparent, I'd at least ask the Second Wind leads to stop misrepresenting the group, whether intentional or unintentional. At times, an individual can't speak out in games media due to public perception, career, or even financial needs. There you go. That's literally what we've been saying all the time. These people can't speak out. They can't speak out. This is why a lot of them speak to YouTubers now, because they can't go with this information to fellow journalists. They can't go with this information to mainstream gaming websites. They can't go to anybody with this information who is also part of the system. They can't do that because they're not going to run the story. They're just going to refuse to run it. So they have to go to YouTubers. This is why people like, or companies like Kotaku do not like YouTubers, because they're taking away their relevancy. It's just the fucking truth. At times, an individual can't speak out. We already know that. Not being honest with the messaging takes away from the group's individual silence. I don't want them to speak for or against me if they don't feel the need to have told the ones I'm still in contact with that I respect their choice. As for questions on my professionalism, I don't make moves lightly. Every word in my resignation and in this statement is carefully placed and peer reviewed. Even though it seems like it, I am not alone. I don't believe speaking out against wrongs is lacking in professionalism. I believe that notion is what makes it harder for people to speak out. I believe my actions filter out the kind of people and business opportunities that I don't want to be associated with. It also attracts the kind of people and business that I can trust. No matter what happens after this, I wish to remain independent, as that's the only way I feel I can continue to try to do right by consumers, developers, workers, and creatives. We did not rise from the ashes. We rose from the goodwill of the people propping us up to be the change that the industry needed. Wow.